my last thought, or my last question to you, actually, because I feel like we have to talk about it.
Mhm.
Commercials were, there was a couple I
Yes.
really liked. There was one I loved, that I don't want to go into because this is a family oriented show. The E-Trade commercial, I think in the first quarter with all the babies was hilarious, but
Oh, that was fun.
more importantly, halftime show thoughts.
Pretty solid show. Rihanna coming out, playing all of her greatest hits, apparently letting it leak that she's having a second child on the way. So congratulations to her. And then it was confirmed. Um, yeah, it was. It's funny how some people were disappointed by the lack of guest appearances we had there because we've gotten so accustomed to it. But there were some songs that I think would have been primed with a special guest. Although she didn't play the one that I really wanted. I wanted her to play Disturbia a little bit.
Yeah, Disturbia, Please Don't Stop the Music. There was a lot of other. Rihanna is somebody that I think people forgot. Mitch, she has an unlimited inventory of bangers. Just she has some straight fire in terms of music, and she could have gone on for so much longer than she did. I honestly thought when she started, when the all the lights sound and the
Yeah.
music started playing, I thought Kanye was going to pop out, and I wasn't
Ah,
sure.
too
Then
soon.
Run,
It was too soon.
I agree. I was a little nervous because Kanye, we never know what to expect with him.
Well, yeah.
I was also kind of disappointed that Jay-Z wasn't there. I thought there was a real possibility he would be there. He was in LA on Tuesday night when LeBron broke the record. I thought that's
Yeah.
a short flight. Plus, you have to rehearse, a couple days before. Maybe he was going to be there, but Run This Town, phenomenal song by her. That's one of the best songs that she's on, in my opinion. I'm not old enough. Neither of us are old enough. And yes, you can go back and watch on YouTube, but I pulled up the list of halftime performers. And you mentioned more accustomed to guests. Last year, you had Eminem, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Kendrick Lamar, and Mary
Yep.
J. Blige. 2020, you had Shakira, J Lo, Bad Bunny, J Balvin, Emmy Muniz, Maroon 5, Travis Scott, Big Boy. I mean, the list of guest appearances for Super Bowl shows are awesome. There was one that said Rihanna's the top 5 halftime show. And for me personally, in what I've seen in my life, absolutely. From what I've gotten to see
Probably.
in my
Probably for
25
us.
plus
Yeah.
years of life, obviously I don't remember watching Prince and him singing Purple Rain when it was actually raining, which is
I actually
awesome.
do. Yeah.
That him and Michael Jackson, I think there's really no one to argue that they're 1 and 2.
1 and 2.
But I do want to ask. There was people out there I saw on Twitter last night roasting my man Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers from the '08 Super Bowl halftime show. I
That
thought that was a really good halftime show.
so that's fine. I think that was just one of those. That was in an era where the NFL was really struggling to find relevant artists, so they would just come in and have a band do their greatest hits, even if though they hadn't had a hit in years. So I kind of got that feeling, but I can't say whether or not it was a bad show because I don't really remember it. Maybe it's because I don't remember that it wasn't a great show. I don't know.
I remember that, but to your point, I mean, there was somebody like U2 back in 2002. Um, at
Was
the
that
time may have
2002? I
been
thought that
good, but
was
like,
later.
and so what I'm trying to figure out now is, and so the 2002 Super Bowl halftime show would have been for the 2001-2002 season.
Right.
That makes sense. So because I thought Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers were the Giants and Patriots Super Bowl, and then I got caught off guard with the year, and then remembered the Super Bowl is the next calendar year, but still for the previous calendar season. No, I thought Rihanna was amazing. I love Rihanna. I think her music's phenomenal. It's the only music I have actually played today, and I love that effect that artists have on us like this. I still remember Maroon 5. I was lucky enough to see them here in Canton at the Hall of Fame enshrinement, and they made the pitch before they went off stage of, we want to do the Super Bowl halftime show. And after I watched them live, it's all I listened to for like a week. They performed at halftime of the Super Bowl. It's all I listened to for the next couple of days. Rihanna, I thought, killed it, especially now that it's confirmed that she was and is pregnant. I love her. I love that woman.
No, I remember. It's funny you bring up the Maroon 5 one. That's the one I remember people hating on the most, mainly a couple of reasons. Number one, people didn't like Maroon 5 and Travis Scott together. Number two was, you might know this as well, there was a big push right before that Super Bowl to have a certain song included because a certain creator of a cartoon show passed away. And it was very short notice. And I gave the NFL credit for at least acknowledging it, because for those of you who are listening at home who don't know what's going on, the creator of SpongeBob, Steven Hillenbrand, I think his name was, he died like a week or two before the Chiefs Niners Super Bowl. So then there was this big online push to get the song Sweet Victory from that one episode of SpongeBob which just ends with an epic rock ballad for no reason other than to just do it, and everybody wanted that. And then right as Maroon 5 got done performing, they had a little interstitial where the SpongeBob characters introduced Travis Scott. And when me and my friends at college saw that, we exploded at the TV going, "Oh my god, it's gonna happen!" And then it didn't happen. The song didn't happen, but I thought, oh, it's kind of cool they just acknowledge it. And then people online after the game didn't like that because they just half-assed it according to them. But I don't know.
It was
It was
electric.
just yeah. Um, you brought up commercials. As far as I can, the one that I really liked, I don't know if it aired during the game last night. There was one for Samuel Adams where it was about an alternate, a brighter Boston. I don't know if you saw this one where it was the Red Sox and Yankees fans like laughing together. Kevin Garnett teaching about how to love, and the mob is recycled. I thought that one was funny.
That was
I
good.
thought the I thought the Caddyshack one was funny with all the little references. The Popcorners ad was kind of fun with Breaking Bad guys. There was the one where Crown Royal was, praising all the things Canada brought to us, including football. And I put up a clip from Family Guy of Peter just looking at the camera going, "Canada sucks." I'm the only person that thought that was funny. And then of course you had a bunch of trailers last night. The best trailer, some of them were real trailers, and the other ones were just like, "Hey, here's 30 seconds of a movie. Go online and check out the rest of it, you dope." Um, Best one's probably The Flash, because that movie's gonna be insane, just knowing what we see now. They also had a trailer for Air, which is about the Air Jordan movie with Ben Affleck and Matt Damon.
Hmm.
Ben Affleck also in the Dunkin' Donuts ad that was pretty good. And then um after that, it's got to be between Guardians 3 and Indiana Jones 5. But I don't know. It's going to be a big year at the cinema for a number of series.
Who is the Air documentary that Nike put out? Who's that? Who's that about?
Who's that about? I don't know
Yeah.
if you know this. There was a guy it's about a guy who was drafted third overall in the 1984 draft. There was a company, a little known startup by the time by the name of Nike,
Hmm.
that was trying to find a really great name to put behind its signature shoe. Because I don't know if you knew this back then, Nike was not a big name in the basketball industry. It was
Oh,
Adidas and it was Converse, and that was it. And then Nike decided, hey, we're going to focus on basketball. We're going to do something that's never been done. We're going to get this little known basketball player from North Carolina to be the guy behind our shoe brand. And we're going to give him his own brand with his own logo that looks like this. And we're just going to take this risk and see what happens. And then, all things considered, now 30 some odd years later, they're making a movie about it.
yeah. That's just, I don't know. I find it interesting that the trailer dropped not even 2 full days after that LeBron James guy broke the
Oh,
scoring record.
that's what your whole thing was building up to.
Just weird,
That's the whole thing. Oh my
just
God.
bizarre. It just, I
This
don't
movie's
know.
been in production for 2 years.
I'm just saying, I just find it a little funny that, that wasn't the premiere of the trailer last night. It was put
Uh,
out there, not even 2 full days, but hey, you know what? Credit to them. It's going to be a great film. I'm definitely going to watch it. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm not going to watch it, but just find the timing of it pretty suspicious. That's all I'm
MJ
going to say.
MJ Day was suspicious. This one I can give him a pass. All
Yeah, the
right.
Last Dance documentary being interviewed, this or MJ putting it into works the same day as the parade of the Cavs in 16 is also suspicious. So I don't know, third time's the charm. I'm not gonna say anything else.
It was suspicious, but it was one of the 5 best things that ESPN has ever produced.